This may be common sense to most, but I like to give first-hand scam warnings when I can. Likely dodged a bullet recently. I was at SM City Clark Mall during the day in the red light district of Angeles City, Philippines. I was minding my business, waiting for my Tinder date when two Filipina women in their 50s or 60s approached me, asking lots of questions about my home and career. Then they offered me to meet their niece and showed me a picture of her, which may have been a stock photo. There is an impatient third woman waiting by the mall door. They claim to be their friend. The woman offered to drive me to their home. I ask where. They claim it is close but can't show me on the map because they have no phone data. So we use my phone data. One of the women aimlessly scrolls all over Google Maps and finally picks a spot and claims it's their home, of which they couldn't name the residence or street at first. I view the street view and it is in some sketchy random alley away from the tourist spots, just out of walking distance. I decline and I ask for their WhatsApp. They give it. I scan their QR and the lady gets my pop-up message. But wait, I thought they had no data. The lady claimed it is the free Wi-Fi. But I see her Wi-Fi is turned off and it is clearly her 5G data. All 5 bars shown on her phone. Then she claims she has free data, whatever that means. Also, there is no picture on her WhatsApp profile. I leave and walk back to my hotel safely, meeting my tardy Tinder date later at a bar. The older women ignored my later messages until I admitted I suspected a kidnapping or robbery scam. One lady replies, appearing to be shocked. Then she blocks me. Keep your head on a swivel, folks. Scams are everywhere. This story was shared by someone who experienced this in the Philippines, not the only person that comes across situations like this. If any woman in the Philippines approaches you, it is not because you've suddenly turned handsome. It is simple. They want money, one way or another, in exchange for favors to come back to your place or things like this. Essentially, they want to get you alone so they can either extort, threaten, or try to give you services for money. Many men are naive and they follow through with some of these offers and then get themselves in situations where they simply want to pay them some money to be out of it. It happens quite often. Even if you talk to someone online and they say they are not a trans, but they send you photos of their ID saying they are not trans until they come to your door and they're clearly a man. You do not want any headaches. You just want them to leave. So sometimes you just simply pay them to go away. And this is one of those situations that who knows what could have ended up happening to this person in the end. A niece soliciting her for him makes no sense. Someone in their 50s and 60s probably out to get some extra cash and you looking like a complete easy target on the street. Razzler says, I'd assume trying to get to another location, few drinks, drugged and robbed, or something like that. For some reason, this guy messing them in the hope the niece was real, instead of realizing it was an obvious scam of some kind from the first 5 seconds. You spent way too much time on something that you should have just said no, thank you, to from the get-go. You're not really informing the rest of us. You're pretty much saying that you got taken for a ride and luckily got off just before the destination without meaning to. Very accurate. This person comes across informative. However, if you read between the lines, you can tell he is a simp, a clear simp. He had some hope. This person was real. He had hope. He did way too much work. He thinks he's the smart one, but no, he invested way too much time on this. Sometimes I do similar things, but I use my experience to create videos like this. I try to get something out of it. Unlike this man, all he did was simply entertain their offer. What does that do? That gives him an opportunity to do more with you, to get more information from you, or simply accuse you. The longer you spend time with people like this, the more opportunity they have to extort, extract, or try to get some money from you. These type of stories are common and you need to be aware of them. Wooden Firefighter says, actually, it's far worse. I believe this was a feature by Andy Omar cannot find the video anymore. Basically, the moment you meet the niece, they will instigate something. By the way, the niece is a minor, so they will accuse you of, and you be forced to pay to avoid jail time. That is very good point. You never want to be in a place with someone else's daughter or niece without knowing their age or talking to them directly. Think about it. What kind of family does that? Solicit the young ones to a random stranger or foreigner. Imagine two women going to a random person on the street showing photos of their so-called niece to try to get them to link up. Makes no sense to me or anyone with common sense. A rare statistician says something that will surprise Westerners. Walking up and striking a conversation with strangers is a very Western thing to do. Asians, Africans, Middle Easterns, South Americans, and many nationalities and races, it's very strange to walk up to strangers and start talking to them. If they walk up to you and start talking to you, they wanted something. If you were in Angela's, you already got a date for the night. There was no reason to engage with conversation with these women. It will just make them think you are interested and just need a little bit more convincing, which they try to do. Angela's City can be male Disneyland, which I like, but there are a lot of dark things happening there. You don't want to get sucked into no scams, but dark stuff. Buddy of mine was part of a group of guys in that city, got walked up by a poor Filipino couple. One of the guys engaged in a conversation with the Filipino couple. My buddy found out the poor couple was negotiating their daughter for the group he was with. My buddy walked away from the group and didn't want to get involved. Like I said, I don't get involved. Don't talk to no one. You already got your 300 peso date. Go home with her. Yes, the less you interact with Filipinos, the better chances you have of not being scammed or putting yourself in danger. Stop being friendly to everyone. Don't feel your ego boosted by this type of situation. It is not worth it. I know sometimes we feel like big shots walking around here, people looking at us, but it's just for money. Simple as that. You have not grown into a celebrity overnight or a popular person. You are nothing, no one, except for your money. Some of you know this deep down, but yet ignore it. That's fine, but you have to be aware of the realities in case you get suckered into a situation such as this. Live your life, enjoy yourself, pay for it, do whatever, that is your prerogative. However, don't come on these videos and telling Filipinos are the friendliest people on earth that they smile, because there are reasons behind those smiles. They want money from you. It's plain and simple. That 40-year age gap is not because tradition allows it. No, it's because of your wallet. That girl that's in her 20s dating a 6-year-old, it's not because she doesn't care about age gap or that love is real. No, she wants your money, one way or another. You know it, she knows it, we all know it. Do not lie to everyone. This is today's catfish. How do you go from this to this? The best comment from the bullet scam video is from Hanno Bali. Happened to me in 2015, but I found the bullet before they did. Toss it, never returning. Sick Buffalo says, yes, the rule for the Philippines, if someone is exceptionally nice to you, be very cautious, expect a scam. This is what this entire video was about. Nobody is nice to you for no reason. Remember that. The worst comment is from Jerry. I think scam is everywhere, boss. Karma is yours, boo. Aside from your English grammar, no, it is not everywhere. Imagine thinking that every airport in the world tries to hide a bullet in your luggage, tells you Filipinos are not well traveled, or have common sense, or simply defend their country without even concerning themselves with the problem to try and fix it, instead of letting people know that the Philippines is safe and to ensure this will not happen again. They just decide to defend it for no reason. Spread the truth, subscribe, send super thanks, share, please the overlords. Thanks for watching. God bless.